municipal project doesn't have the ability to do that, but we'd love to work with cities to take care of that. So that is basically our information we're trying to explain to y'all tonight. PD is not something we're trying to do to bypass any rules, requirements, or issues. We're not trying to raise density. We're not trying to do anything detrimental. We're trying to improve this site. We're trying to improve the neighborhood for these future 43 residents. And at that point, we think we've got a good plan. We certainly like this plan. I think it's a better plan than we can build in the current zoning. So that's the reason we went with the PD. Not trying to bypass anything, just trying to improve what limited options we have on this property. It's a very unique piece. We hope to maintain that. So at this point in time, I'd be happy to answer any questions that y'all may have. Yes, sir.
What size house are you planning on building on this? Square footage. Yeah.
There is no builder currently on place at this point in time, so I don't know that there's a minimum that we can specify. Again, if we're fortunate to get it through zoning, we're fortunate to get through all the other rules and requirements, then these will be.
Do you have any preconceived notions about what houses you want to build on?
Absolutely. I mean, these are going to be very expensive lots, unfortunately. It's just that the price of land, the price of development, and the minimum density that we can get out of this is going to drive the price of the lot up, which means they're going to be, you know, $350 to $450 price of house.
Not what you said last night.
I respect their contract, I respect my kind of podium. At this point in time, I don't have a price range. I think that would be my guess on what can be done. There is no builder, there is no house size again. These will be expensive homes. I think the lot price is probably going to start about 80, and a rule of thumb is between 4 and 5 to the price of the house. So that's where that number is coming from.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Sorry. One of the other changes that you asked for was setback of 15 feet instead of 25 feet on the front of the house.
No, that was on a side yard adjacent to a street, side street.
Can you go to the slide? I believe it was 6. Intersecting street setback. What is that?
That's where you have two side streets. You have a street, that's the two lots at the entryway right here. What happens is these two lots right here have a frontage onto this street and they have a side load onto that street. Current ordinance requires a 25-foot side yard setback on here. We're asking for 15.
How much of the main load are you talking about? Repairing, replacing, bringing up to code?
The complete frontage across our property.
I have a question about
Yes.
development. Since you're going to fill out this pound, you're going to bring big trucks, and the load capacity is 15 tons. So how are you going to bring those trucks and bring it there? Through subdivision?
Construction equipment maintains those roads, and those contractors will have to repair those roads. I mean, there's city ordinances and whatever those city ordinances are, we certainly follow it. Somebody tears something up, assuming they have to repair it.
All right. Yeah, we basically had to force standard Mississippi to repair that road after they completed lengthening.
And that's going to happen. I'm not going to stand here and say, oh no, they won't probably damage it, but I think they should go to council. So before this subdivision is completed, accepted by the city, that would be their point to say, this isn't worth it.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
You feel lucky?
I do feel like it. As an engineer, though, should I? Engineer.
Last night we had a discussion about the best laid plans of man and engineering standards and what Brown and Root had to go through in the northeast corner of I-35 and Trinity Mills. I watched them lime and jack a similar type area as this pond. I don't know whether it was it weeks or months, but they were pumping lime down there trying to get the ground to behave for a long time. And so everybody's excited, everybody gets on tollway, and a few months later, it's starting to fall. Like, that's why I said, I don't feel lucky. I never feel lucky. As you know, I'm a PE, and I have to worry about everything that can go wrong. And I see a lot to go wrong with this plan. And it's not your fault. I just don't think you can do it.
I understand.
I mean, the drainage is the problem. I have a couple more questions for you. You know who owns the property? Here, 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 and here. Do we know?
Yeah.
You want to sell your house?
Okay.
I'm not being a wise guy. I'm serious.
You don't buy it?
I see it. I can't help it, but, you know, Brown and Root, I've done work with those guys before, and they're some of the best engineers, the most conservative and cautious and careful guys you're going to find. And they don't ever feel lucky. And they couldn't build it. They couldn't build the George Bush Tollway and make it stable. They couldn't fix it. So I'm sorry, I'm not picking on you, but I can't see how you can succeed on this.
It really becomes more of an issue of what does geotech engineer, what do these soil engineers say?
You got a report?
We'll follow everybody. No, we haven't gotten to that point yet. If we're lucky to get past step number 1, then we go step number 2, number 3, number 4.
Okay, I have an idea for you, and I'm trying to figure out a way to make your plan work. But we got a lot of problems here, the way I see it. Is that the way you guys see it? Okay, here's my idea, and I know it will sound very insane to some people. I got 2 of them, right? Can you show us your first slide again?
First slide, or you want to look at that one?
Yeah, that one.
Well, no, it's got the blue on it, okay? Okay. Now, let's go to the one you just had. So what is it, somewhere right along there?
Yeah.
About right over there. Little
Yeah.
bar? Okay. So where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? What my idea is to buy this house, this house, this house, and this house, and eliminate these 2 right here so you have a way for your drainage to go. Have you looked at that at all as a possibility? Like I said, I'm trying to figure out a way to make it work.
And I am too. And like I said, our goal this evening is one issue. Can we go from 80 to 70 foot lots? That then gives me direction to move forward to start getting to these next questions. And so if in fact you say, no, we want to go with 80-foot lots, then we back up and change the whole plan. So what we're looking for is direction this evening from P&Z to say we like 70-foot wide lots, or we don't like 70-foot wide lots. We're growing in here, we can take no for an answer, that's fine. The backup plan is not as favorable to us as the plan that we get here. So drainage, I'm not prepared to talk about tonight. I'm here to say that we will follow in every city requirement, state and federal requirement. And the water flows downhill, we are downhill. We cannot conduct anybody. I've been in this for over 30 years, never had a complaint. Pretty good track record. I'm not going to change it now. That will not change.
We can't have them tomorrow.
I will not change that for you or anybody else, so that will be corrected. But tonight is kind of a range discussion. It's not a discussion about range, discussion about can we request 70-foot wide lots.
Okay.
Really the answer I'm asking tonight.
Okay. Any other questions? Appreciate your presentation.
Thank you very much.
Amy? Have we already had a Board of Adjustments meeting on this? I think that's stated.
Yes, they requested 7-foot lots for variance, and when they didn't get it, they came back for a zoning change, which they are able to do, which is what other people in town have done.
Strictly speaking, the Board of Adjustment should not have approved that. So what the Board of Adjustment works is they approve variances that's only based on hardship. And they don't have a hardship here. If it's a matter of, you can correct the problem, but it's too expensive, that doesn't get through the Board of Adjustments. The Board of Adjustments is only if you have an issue that cannot be corrected.
That's why they were denied.
And that's why they were denied. It doesn't really have anything about whether the Board of Adjustments thought this was a good plan or not. Their rules for approving things are very, very strict. It really has to be a situation where there's no way to mitigate the problem. If the lot was shaped such that you couldn't put a house on it and meet all the setbacks, then that would be something that they could approve. But this is just not in their ability to approve something like this. And that's why they had to.
I'm just trying to understand what the basis was for the meeting and what they were really saying.
Well, yes, that's what I'm trying to get
Determination.
to. They're not passing on whether or not this is a good plan.
Oh, I understand. I understand that. They were looking at, I think, the variance issue, right? Solely.
Anybody else has anything to say, I'll say something else.
Go ahead, we're open for discussion. Go ahead.
The only thing, I was on council when we approved Lakeview and Glenview. And both of those were done as planned developments. Both of those developments, we gave them lot sizes smaller than SF3 in exchange for some open space and some other things, primarily the open space, so that if you averaged out the number of houses on the property, the average space per house was more than the lot size for SF3. But the actual lot sizes were less than SF3. So in this case, they're not asking for smaller lots. Actually, they're going to build larger lots than they could in SF3. And he literally was correct when he said if they went with their plan B, he wouldn't even be here. We wouldn't be having this discussion.
I understand.
That would go straight to, we'd get a preliminary plat, and we'd be at that point, which is, that's the next thing that'll happen with this one, if we say that a plan development is fine. So all the developments that have been done in this town in 30 years have been done as plan developments. All the housing developments, plan developments, all of them, 30 years. I've lived in town for, let's see,